Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is English Bulletin with me, Yutsab Bhattrai. The top stories first. Provincial government of Karnali in crisis after no confidence vote. Ruling party calls disputing leaders for talks. Health crisis worsening in the capital. Kathmandu Valley continues to report massive number of coronavirus cases. Bank employees under high risk of infection. Overcrowding of banks ahead of festive season a major concern. Biggest World War II bomb found in Poland. The bomb explodes in the process of being defused. And Chennai Super Kings defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 20 runs, go level on points with their opponents. And now the news in detail. The parliamentary party meeting of Nepal Communist Party in Karnali province has been postponed amidst internal rift among the ruling party. The meeting was postponed after 7 out of 18 dissident leaders who registered a vote of no confidence against Chief Minister Mahendra Bahadur Shahi remained absent during yesterday's meeting. A group of NCP lawmakers led by MP Yamlam Kadil had registered a vote of no confidence against Chief Minister Shahi on Sunday. The party had called a meeting yesterday afternoon to discuss the same issue. NCP Chairman KP Sharma Oli and Executive Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal have called both sides to the capital to resolve the issue. A meeting of the party leaders at Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar yesterday decided to call dissident groups for talks. The government has confirmed 3,556 new cases of coronavirus across the country during the latest round of tests. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, Kathmandu alone reported 1,746 new cases, followed by 216 in Lalitpur and 167 in Bhaktapur. A total of 2,129 cases were reported within Kathmandu Valley. The government had conducted 15,577 PCR tests recently. The total caseload of coronavirus in the country has now climbed to 115,358, while the number of active cases stands at 35,916. Meanwhile, the death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 663 across the country. The ministry yesterday confirmed the deaths of 18 more people due to coronavirus. So far, 78,780 persons have recovered from the disease in Nepal. Nepal is currently among the top 38 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. In other news, District Administration Office Kathmandu has shut down all other services excluding its emergency service after District Administration Office staffers tested positive for coronavirus. Releasing a notice yesterday, DAO Kathmandu informed 4 of its employees have tested COVID positive. The DAO office will remain shut until any further notice to contain the spread of virus, DAO informed. After further consultations with health experts and District Risk Management Committee, DAOs has stopped providing service such as distribution of new Nepali citizenship, distribution of citizenships Xerox copy, registration of arms, registration of renewal organizations and registration of newspapers and magazines. Similarly, issuance of renewed passport and distribution of minor identity cards have also been cancelled according to DAO's notice. However, services relating to maintenance of peace and security, registration of direct complaints and applications, hearing of cases and works related to disaster management will be continued. The DAO has requested everyone who needs to visit the DAO office for emergency purpose to adopt necessary safety measures. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. Although there is a general understanding between the ruling and opposition parties regarding the appointment of position holders of various constitutional bodies, the meeting to finalize this issue has not been held. With the COVID-19 pandemic spreading like wildfire, the meeting is set to be postponed indefinitely, with the positions remaining vacant for the time being. A report.
Although the ruling Nepal Communist Party and the main opposition Nepali Congress have agreed upon the appointments of various position holders in the constitutional bodies, a meeting to confirm the decision has not been held yet. The Congress Party has been blaming Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli of refraining from taking a decision to appoint the heads of these constitutional bodies, while NC President Sher Bahadur Deuba had been boycotting the meeting in the past, citing the same reason. However, after a consensus was reached between the leaders of the two parties, President Deuba has agreed to finalize the decision. With COVID-19 infection confirmed in individuals of the PM's secretariat and other members of the Congress Party, the meeting, however, between the two leaders may not happen in the near future. According to the agreement between the two leaders, the Congress Party has been given its share of 4 top positions out of the 39 empty posts in the constitutional bodies, with a further 15 different positions being allocated to them. The Congress Party maintains that it has not bargained for these positions.
नेपाली कांग्रेस पार्टीलाई यो दिनु पर्यो भन्ने हिसाबले हामी कुनै निवेदन चढाइरहेका छैनौं। दोस्रो कुरो, संवैधानिक परिषदको जे व्यवस्था गरिएको छ त्यो व्यवस्थाको मर्म के हो भन्दाखेरि भने राज्यका कतिपय महत्त्वपूर्ण अङ्गहरू हुन्छन् जुन अङ्गहरूमा नेतृत्व चयन गरिदै गर्दाखेरि सबैको साझा स्वामित्व बोध हुन सकोस्, वृहत्त अपनत्वका साथ जान सकियोस् भनेर गरिएको चाहिँ व्यवस्था हो। अन्यथा त त्यो संवैधानिक परिषद नबनाएर क्याबिनेटले सबै निर्णय गर्दा भइहाल्थ्यो।
The NCP leaders, however, say that the delay in appointments is due to the Congress Party seeking its share for the coveted posts.
सरकारले प्रतिपक्षको सहयोग लिन कोसिस नगर्ने, प्रतिपक्षले सरकारलाई चाहिँ रचनात्मक सहयोग गर्ने, त्यस्तो खालको चाहिँ कुराले गर्दाखेरि यो परिणाम निस्केको हो भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। कतिपय अवस्थामा उहाँहरूको बीचमा संवादहीनताको अवस्था म देख्छु। उदाहरणको लागि सम्माननीय प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यू र प्रमुख प्रतिपक्षी दलका नेता मान्य पूर्व प्रधानमन्त्री शेरबहादुर देउवाको बीचमा कुराकानीहरू कयौं समयदेखि चाहिँ नभएको म पाउँछु।
The appointment of the position holders has been delayed because of the constant back and forth between the two parties about the appointment. A petition demanding appointments to these vacant posts is sub judice at the Supreme Court. The top court has asked for an answer from the government regarding the delay in appointments.
After security agencies and health sector, banks and financial institutions are currently at high risk of coronavirus infection. With the arrival of major festivals, public can be seen queuing in different banks, which has resulted in COVID-19 infection among the bank employees. This has led to the closure of different branches of various banks, one after another. A report.
As the infection rate has been on the rise in Kathmandu Valley and all across the country, the virus has now taken a toll on banks and financial institutions. The BFIs have been providing regular service to customers after the prohibitory order was lifted in mid-September last month. This has led to overcrowding of banks ahead of the major Nepalese festivals. Many employees and bank staffers have tested positive for COVID-19 in the last few days. At present, an estimated 2,900 people working in banks and financial institutions have been infected, out of which 1,000 employees have recovered from the disease so far.
असोज लागेपछि चाहिँ एकदमै यो कोभिडको केसेसहरु चाहिँ सुट अप भएको छ, किनभने अहिले आर्थिक गतिविधिहरू पूर्ण रूपमा चलायमान भएको छन् हैन। मान्छेहरुको मुभमेन्टमा पनि कुनै किसिमको रेस्ट्रिक्सन छैन। यो गर्नै पनि पर्ने थियो। हामी सधैँ घरमा बसेर अर्थतन्त्र चल्नेवाला पनि थिएन। हामीले हेल्थको प्रोटोकल मेन्टेन गर्दै अर्थतन्त्रलाई चलाउनै पर्ने हुन्छ। त्यो कारणले गर्दा जे हाम्रो चाहिँ अहिले सरकारले निर्णय गरेको छ त्यो निर्णय ठिकै हो, तर हामी आफैले जति प्रिकसन लिनुपर्ने त्यति प्रिकसन लिएको छैनौं कि जस्तो लाग्छ।
During the nationwide lockdown period between 24th March and 21st July, bank employees rarely tested positive for COVID-19. However, coronavirus infection among bank employees has grown dramatically in recent days. According to bankers, this figure might quickly escalate if overcrowding continues in banks during the major festivals. The bankers have suggested the use of technology and digital transactions such as mobile banking and internet banking for containing the spread of the virus.
नेपाल राष्ट्र बैंकले पनि नबाड्ने नयाँ नोटहरू भनेर भनेकै छ। त्यसले गर्दा पनि मलाई लाग्छ यो कोभिड यो कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ डिजिटल पेमेन्ट गर्ने कन्टेक्स्टमा डिजिटल दक्षताको कन्सेप्टमा चाहिँ ब्लेसिङ इन डिस्गाइजको रूपमा आउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ। अब हामीले यसलाई बढाउनै पर्छ। ब्याङ्कहरूले यसलाई प्रमोसन गर्न धेरै नै जोड दिइराखेका छन् र ग्राहक महानुभावहरूले पनि यसको चाहिँ महत्त्व बुझ्नु भएको छ किन नोटमा चाहिँ कोरोना भाइरस नोटबाट संक्रमण बढ्न सक्ने भन्ने पनि हामीले कतिपय न्युजहरू पढिराखेका छौं।
Most of the major banks today have provided digital banking service to their customers. Nepali citizens, however, have not adapted to the practice of digital banking and would rather prefer walking to the bank counter, the bankers informed.
And now, the news from Economic Front. The Federation of Nepalese Chamber of Commerce and Industries, FNCCI, has urged its member industries to stop sending expired products into the market. After the recent events that surfaced regarding the expired products being sold in the market, the FNCCI, through a press release, asked for appropriate actions to be taken against the violators. The Federation said it has received complaints of low-quality products, products with a weight below what is prescribed, products with rewritten expiry dates, among others. The Federation has also urged everyone to be extremely careful with any products that directly impact the health of a consumer. The FNCCI has therefore urged all businesses to follow ethical code of conduct while dealing with any products that are sold in the market. The Federation has also urged the government to conduct its market monitoring programs all across the year instead of only during the festive season. We'll be taking a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Welcome back, and now the international news. The biggest World War II bomb ever found in Poland exploded underwater on Tuesday as Navy divers tried to defuse it. According to Reuters, more than 750 people had been evacuated from the area near the Paist Canal outside the town of Swins, where the tallboy bomb used by Britain's Royal Air Force was found. It weighed nearly 5,400 kgs, including 2,400 kilograms of explosives. The deflagration process turned into detonation. The object can be considered as neutralized. It will not pose any more threat, Second Lieutenant Grigoris Lewandowski was quoted as saying by state-run news agency PAP. All mine divers were outside the danger zone, he added. Swins contains a liquefied natural gas terminal, but the town authorities said no one was injured and no infrastructure had been damaged. The Paist Canal connects the Baltic Sea with the Oder River, on Poland's border with Germany. The bomb was dropped by RAF in 1945 in an attack on the German cruiser Lutzow. China and Russia were elected to the United Nations Human Rights Council on Tuesday, but support for Beijing dropped by more than 20% compared with the 2016 vote. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia failed in its bid to win a seat on the Geneva-based body, Reuters reported. The 193-member UN General Assembly also elected Ivory Coast, Gabon, Malawi, Cuba, Bolivia, Uzbekistan, France and Britain to the 47-member council. Senegal, Nepal, Pakistan, Ukraine and Mexico were re-elected for a second three-year term. Council members cannot serve more than 2 consecutive terms. Candidates are elected by a secret ballot in geographical groups to ensure even representation. The Asia-Pacific group, which included Saudi Arabia, was the only competitive race on Tuesday, with 5 candidates vying for 4 seats. The new members will begin the term on January 1st, 2021. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Chennai Super Kings have defeated Sunrisers Hyderabad by 20 runs in 29th match of the Indian Premier League on Tuesday. Mahendra Singh Dhoni's side won the toss and decided to bat first at the Dubai International Stadium. Sam Curran gave the men in yellow a quick start by scoring 31 of 21 deliveries, with Shane Watson and Ambati Rayudu bowling the innings in the middle, scoring 42 and 41 respectively. Ravindra Jadeja's quick-fire 25 from 10 deliveries helped Chennai Super Kings reach a decent total of 167 runs in the allotted 20 overs, with the loss in 6 wickets. In reply, the Sunrisers couldn't string together a strong partnership, with only Kane Williamson scoring 57 of 39 deliveries. They were held to 147 runs in their 20 overs, with the loss of 8 wickets, losing the match by 20 runs. The win takes Chennai Super Kings to 6 points level with their opposition, who are ahead in the table in terms of the net run rate. Today, Delhi Capitals will take on Rajasthan Royals in the hope of moving to the top of the league. Portugal and Juventus forward Cristiano Ronaldo has tested positive for coronavirus, the Portuguese Football Federation has announced. The 35-year-old is doing well without symptoms and in isolation, BBC reported FPF in a statement. Portugal are set to face Sweden in a Nations League group game on Wednesday. The reminder of Fernando Santos' Portugal squad have tested negative for COVID-19 and are available for the game. Portugal played out a 0-0 draw with France in Paris on Sunday and are on top of the group level on points with the world champions. The Portugal captain became the first European to score 100 international goals in men's football when his side beat Sweden in the Reverse Nations League fixture in September. As a result of his period of quarantine, Ronaldo is also set to miss Juventus Serie A fixture and their first group game in the Champions League tournament. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Provincial government of Karnali in crisis after no confidence vote. Ruling party calls disputing leaders for talks. Health crisis worsening in the capital. Kathmandu Valley continues to report a massive number of coronavirus cases. Bank employees under high risk of infection. Overcrowding of banks ahead of festive season a major concern. Biggest World War II bomb found in Poland. The bomb explodes in the process of being defused. And Chennai Super Kings defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 20 runs, go level on points with their opponents. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to take necessary precautions against coronavirus. Keep washing your hands. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.